Welcome back to another episode of Two Dicks Exposed. I am your host, not Pat.
And I am not Mike.
And then today, we are also joined by our other host, or guest, rather.
Yeah, I'm not a host.
Yeah, let's say our other thing.
Mutual acquaintance.
friend.
Yeah, you're
Piece of
giving me
shit.
too much responsibility. Take it away.
No, you know what? No, you're a recurring character now.
No, I'm not coming
Get
back.
ready.
You're
Only
now
for
in
the
more
cryptids.
episodes than
cryptids.
not Couch Pat. So
You've actually been in, like, physically more episodes than that.
you've been mentioned in probably 50% of the episodes.
I've heard.
And it's probably because you're one of my best friends.
I swear to God.
Hey, he is our mutual friend.
Yeah, that piece of shit. And you recognize that voice? That's Flufferman on Mike
Oh, yeah,
Ford.
we forgot about Flufferman.
We can't forget about
How can I forget
Flufferman.
about
About him.
Flufferman?
Petition to change my name, please. Whatever the most likes is, I'll change my name.
It's
to
just
the
gonna be
podcast.
Flufferman, but like
Orange
with
Joe.
space.
Orange. I like
So,
Orange
like, instead of one word, is it Flufferman or is it Fluffer?
What if your name
Man?
just got changed to Man Fluffer?
Man Fluffer?
Instead of like Man
Done.
Thing.
I like
Yeah, is that like Batman versus
Man
Man-Bat?
Fluffer?
Yes. You're your own arch villain.
I ship it.
I'd ship
I
that.
ship that.
I'd ship Man Fluffers.
All cut.
So today we're talking about Marvel. If that wasn't obvious from our intro,
It was
Obviously.
obviously we're talking about Marvel. Like, what else would we be talking about?
No, and
Yeah.
if you sat through us on our DC Slam Bang last
through.
week, then it was rough. It
Yeah,
was rough.
talking about DC is rough.
But luckily with Marvel, like they put out good movies at least up until
Phase
Endgame.
4.
So that strong
Right.
past tense
Yeah.
there.
Like,
Yeah, strong past tense.
Phase 4 has some like movies in it that I like. A lot of them are bad, but like are still enjoyable. Like Love and Thunder, I still enjoyed.
I hated it.
All right,
It was
I didn't
terrible.
hate that movie. With
I
a
enjoyed
passion.
it up until the last half an hour,
Right.
and then it started to go downhill real quick for me.
Also, I like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse.
It's a fun movie. They should have just called it an AU to start.
Yeah, I mean, all right, Doctor Strange is just Evil Dead 4
Yeah, kind of.
without a bunch of monsters and
It's
demons.
Marvel does Evil Dead.
It's Marvel does Evil Dead.
Here's the thing: I hated both of the Doctor Strange movies.
Really?
Yeah, like, yeah, the first one just gave me a headache from just like so much shit going on. Like that movie was 99% CGI,
Yeah.
and not a fan of it. Plus, like Dormammu, who is supposed to be one of the most powerful characters in
Yeah.
the world,
Yep.
That's a silly
You're
he gets
fine
tricked
there.
in like
And
3 seconds.
Well,
and
you
it's
know
like,
what the most like
they ruined-
painful thing was? We lost Mad Mikkelsen.
They, yeah,
To be another
Yes.
beat me to
Same.
it.
Dude, what
I
a
literally was
perfect
just about to
Doctor
bring that
Doom
up.
he would have
Yeah.
been.
right?
Okay,
A perfect Doctor
not
Doom.
Pat. If you could pick anyone for Mads to replace as a villain in the MCU, who would it have been?
Like Matt's like who he.
Yeah,
who
like
would
if he
be?
wasn't that character and he was a villain in any
Oh,
upcoming
Victor Von Doom.
100%.
1000%. Victor Von
And
Doom.
he even has the accent.
Yeah.
Like, come
it's
on.
there. I can hear him being Doctor Doom. Like you hear him talk in what's that show?
Hannibal.
Hannibal.
You just
Hannibal?
hear him talk. Hannibal?
So here's the thing, though.
And I'm just like, oh, any of those lines could be Doctor.
If they
Victor
follow
Von
the
Doom.
same suit that they did with Spider-Man and they don't give Fan 4 a backstory, he could be Von Doom,
If-
already Metal Face.
John Krasinski does not be Reed Richards, then like I honestly, there's no point in the Fantastic Four.
If
movie.
Chris Evans doesn't come back as Human Torch, there's no point
you
in the Fan
heard,
4 movie.
Did you hear the
No.
rumor of who most likely will be?
Adam Driver,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ew.
No.
Long face McGee.
Yeah.
Why?
Like you've been doing such a good job, Marvel. Why are you just like go build a time machine, go back to when Doctor Strange and the Multiverse came out, sit in a fucking movie theater and listen to everyone screech like fangirls. Everyone. All right? I say fangirls because all the boys were screaming like fangirls too when John Krasinski shows up as Reed Richards. Everyone was squealing for joy when he like showed up as Reed Richards.
Yeah, but you can't tell me he didn't phone in that. His acting was flat.
I
I mean,
thought
a
it was
lot of their
fantastic.
acting was flat,
The
honestly.
whole movie was flat.
Two.
Sorry.
Fun question.
You know I love that movie.
This is something that came up online. So, the Illuminati was in Multiverse of Madness.
A version of the
A version
Yeah.
of the Illuminati. So we had Reed Richards, we had Professor X, we had dude that wasn't Doctor Strange. I don't remember his name. Yondu. I'm going to call him Yondu. That's
Yondu.
not real.
It's not his name.
And
Mordo.
then
Mordo.
Captain Marvel. That's not Captain Marvel.
Uh,
But there was a fifth seat that was missing, and if in the comics, the Illuminati has one of each like different power group. So there's like one mutant, there's one
eternal,
whatever. So like what they're missing in the movie is
Did you say
Submariner.
What's his face? Black Bolt.
Oh, and Black Bolt. Yeah, I didn't
okay,
say Black Bolt.
I was, yeah.
Or Peggy Carter.
Or
That's
Peggy.
Or
kinda-
Peggy
Peggy,
Carter.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever. They're all dead now. So anyway, but in the movie there was one empty seat.
Ghost Rider.
You think it's Ghost Rider?
It was Ghost Rider.
It was Ghost Rider. Is that like confirmed?
They-
Is it Nick Cage?
Really?
Is Nick Cage coming back as Ghost Rider?
I don't know that it's coming back, but I think the intention was that it was Ghost Rider.
Do we think we're going to
Really?
get a Midnight Suns movie?
I don't know.
I think that's
Do
what
we
they're
think we're
going
getting
for.
a Midnight Suns TV show?
I think it's a Midnight Suns TV show.
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
with
I think a Ghost Rider movie is a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost Rider's
they've already
not,
I
done it
really
wrong
liked what they
twice.
did with Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that Ghost Rider. What I heard was
any of the shows.
I can't remember his name, but like there's a middle Ghost Rider, and I think that's who they were talking about doing.
You're
Sam
not.
Elliott.
No,
It's not Johnny Blaze.
No, and it's
No.
not the new one, the modern one, which isn't like he's not a full Ghost Rider. He's like
I'm not a big Ghost Rider
yeah,
person. to be honest.
neither am I. So
All I know is if they make anything Ghost Rider and they don't bring Nick Cage back in for at least a cameo,
I
because you
heard-
know if they ask him, he will
he's
say
not
yes.
possessed by the Ghost Rider.
Well,
the car is possessed by the Ghost
your dad.
Rider.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
Was
there
in-
was talk of Nick Cage being Arthur Slade or Carter Slade or whatever.
the guy Sam Elliott played in
yeah,
the movies.
the older Ghost Rider, the horse riding
The
Ghost
horse riding,
Rider.
which by the way, probably one of the stupidest cameos ever. The movie literally was like, "Let's ride," and he turned into the Ghost Rider. They rode across like a montage, and then he's like, "I've used up all my power. I'm dead now." It's
What
like,
movie are we talking about?
Ghost Rider.
2.
Oh, okay.
Spirit of Avengers.
I never
Two.
actually watched them.
No, it's Ghost Rider
So I
one.
missed
Okay.
out.
Carter Slade's in one, right?
I thought it was 2.
I just remember the second one
Sure.
being worse
think
than
it's-
the first one.
The second
both
one is
correct.
worse.
The second one, they end fighting in like the old cowboy town.
Yeah, the second one, a relative of mine just referred to that as no emotion, like at all. Like you feel nothing the whole time. You watch it and you just sit deadpan. You're not mad. You're not happy. You're not sad. It's
It was just a movie.
just it's on until it's over.
Yeah.
Whatever amount of hours or minutes it takes is gone from your life. Nothing was gained. I mean, the hours were lost, but nothing else.
Where was that comment during our DC episode?
I felt that way about is it the DC show? I just got to bring that back. I remember that
We don't
did-
have to bring it back.
But it's the
It
one
can die
about
forever.
the
Legends of
priest, the
Tomorrow?
pastor.
Oh, Preacher.
Preacher.
Yeah.
Preacher had one season that people loved, and then the second
Yeah,
season.
season
was
one was
but
great.
Episode
Season 2,
one
I
was
stopped
hard to
after
get through
like
because
3
literally
episodes.
the acting that was just so deadpan. I was like, I don't know why does people revere the show so great? I just had to bring it back.
They don't.
That's
It's
another
only
Neil
really
Gaiman
the
one,
one
isn't it?
season. Huh?
Neil
Didn't
Diamond.
Neil Gaiman?
He said
Gaiman?
Neil Diamond.
No, it's Garth Ennis does that one.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, back to Marvel. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I
we don't need that
I
segue.
just like you brought up like just like I felt nothing from it. And I was like, oh yeah, wait, crap. There was that one show where I literally watched the first episode and was like, I don't get why people think this is the greatest DC thing ever. Anyways, back to Marvel because it's way better. But yeah, Phase 4. I mean, like let's just go through Phase 4 just quickly because I still haven't seen Black Widow.
It was good.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I think it should have been done before Endgame.
Yes.
yeah.
Before she
It
died.
definitely,
Before she dies.
right. It lost all of its effect.
Yeah.
Because
knowing
you know that everything she does is meaningless because she's already gone.
Yeah.
Right.
But the sister.
It was all just a setup for Yelena, and
I do love her.
she is great.
She is
And what's his face? The Red Guardian.
Oh, yeah.
David Harborough
Yeah.
or whatever his name is.
Harbor.
Harbor. Yeah, he was great.
Shang-
And he's in Thunderbolts. So,
Yep, and so is Taskmaster.
yep.
I love Taskmaster.
Which is also in that movie.
Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
Right?
It was just
It was a
fun.
lot better
such
than
a
it
great
should have
fun
been.
movie.
I do still wish the end fight was him versus his dad, not Big Magical Dragon.
Yeah.
It's not bad or anything, but like
Yeah.
I'm
all
really,
of the martial arts fighting was really
So
good in my opinion.
Really fantastic.
I wish
Yeah.
movies would stop getting away from, but what if the villain was a giant monster?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's great, but why don't you take the budget that's going to bad CGI and just have good choreographed
See, you
fight
say
scenes?
that.
Yeah, and the fights were amazing. in
Beautiful
that.
CGI
But
in this movie.
I
but-
think Iron Man 3 would have been better if Fing Fang Foom was in it. As opposed to.
Yeah, but I don't think in our day and age we can do
yeah.
Fing Fang Foom anymore.
But like
Still better
Iron
than
Man 3
what's
would
his
have been
face
better
that we
if
got.
Iron Man were
absolutely.
to fight
The
the,
man-
actual
no, what was his
Mandarin,
name?
which was
Mandarin.
the dad, and
Yeah.
like that would have been great.
So
if
here's
he
the thing.
showed
I
up.
loved the first half of Iron Man 3 when the Mandarin was just the terrorist
Yes.
Yeah.
Arthur or whatever his name was.
Kingston, whatever the guy. That,
Ben King.
Ben
Ben
Kingsley,
Kingston.
yeah.
I can't
Kingsley.
remember his name in the movie.
Fantastic.
But then when they flipped that and it became supernatural guy who can't die, I was like, all right, you've lost all of my attention. This is no longer a good movie.
I remember.
Oh, that's the AIM dude, right?
AIM. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember his like actual name.
Well, because he's not like the relevant
He's
members
not
of
the
AIM.
Yeah. He I realized he was the villain, like, because sadly reading the comic books, like me and you read them, so like when he shows up in the flashback and he's like, oh, I'm doing the Advanced Intelligence Master, whatever AIM stands for. I can't remember what it actually stands for, but like when you hear it as a Marvel comic book fan, you're just like, oh, that's AIM. So like when he shows up and he's like, I'm starting a think tank where it's blah 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 AIM, and you're just like, oh well, he's the bad guy. Like, you've already lost every comic book reader, like, because we're just like, as soon as that was said out loud, we're just like, oh, so Mandarin's not actually the bad guy, it's this guy.
I lucked out because at that point I was just reading like X-Men and Spider-Man. I was like exclusively that.
Yeah.
So
It's the
when I saw the
advanced
movie, I was like,
something.
oh, the Mandarin is going to be the bad guy. I know just enough to know that he is a bad guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So but when you see the trailer for it too, the flip side to this was our mutual friend Wade, who like is like a huge movie buff. Like when he saw that Ben Kingston was playing the Mandarin, he was like, he knew immediately. He was like, he's not the bad guy. And I'm like, but his acting was so good.
Advanced idea mechanics.
Thank you.
Well, that's where MODOK comes from too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
MODOK is,
And I think Zemo takes over AIM at one point
Yes.
too, which is like,
Zemo takes over every
Zemo is a
group,
phenomenal
right?
villain.
Zemo
Yeah.
is literally like, if you are a group with a bunch of henchmen, at some point
Masters of
Zemo,
Evil.
yeah, dude, he owns you.
are they doing Dark Avengers?
That'd be awesome.
they've set up all of them.
Yeah, they're
Like,
there.
So,
I mean, they're there. Are they going to be like?
but
the
I feel like Dark
Thunderbolts?
Avengers is just kind of
They are doing
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts is because it's Red Hulk, like the new Black Widow. God, who else is in it?
David Harbour,
David
Yeah,
Red
David
Guardian,
Red Guardian
Taskmaster.
Well, apparently it's Tommy Lee Jones.
and
I think
the
Bucky's
new
in it,
Captain
too.
America.
Yeah,
Him. I can't remember his name.
isn't Bucky in it too?
Is Bucky in it?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Tommy
that'd
Lee
be
Jones
awesome.
is playing General Ross now because the other guy passed
It's
away.
Tommy Lee Jones. I thought it was Han Solo, Harrison
No.
Ford.
Oh, it is Harrison Ford. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
That was what I had heard.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
No,
correct.
you're right. You're
These-
right.
Yeah. Let's move on to the Eternals. Sorry.
We don't have to.
So, well, I mean, the Eternals has to be mentioned
It's
just
garbage.
for the sole fact that I'm
Wait.
hearing rumors that the. All right, so spoilers are going to happen on this one.
Oops.
So the Eternal or the being, I can't remember its name, that was in the Earth, that was coming out of it, and all of
it
it
was
Adamantium.
Tiamat.
whatever. That's creating the island that like the mutants are gonna call Genosha.
Yeah.
So
and its body is like what makes adamantium, right?
yes, so
That's
that is rumors has it that's how they're gonna tie
It's
X-Men
the
into
best way to
everything.
use a ridiculous situation.
Yeah, that
Right.
the only thing that like I like about that movie is that I love the cinematics of like how big, like there's that sequence where like like at the very end, it's the only best part of the movie, honestly, at the very end when she like looks up at the sky and you see like the 6 eyes just staring down from like the outside of the ozone. You're like, whoa, that thing's like really big. Like,
See, the worst part though is that movie could have been amazing
it could have been amazing
if
Could
it
have
had
been
the right
fantastic.
like production staff
And they
better
ruined-
writing.
They literally did it again. They used an actor who could have played somebody else that could have been a fantastic like part of the MCU. They literally ruined Rob Stark.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I love Rob
He's
Stark.
gonna be in Midnight Suns though, as Black Knight or whatever.
No.
No.
Wrong Stark.
Wrong Stark.
He's talking about the
Well,
main.
Oh, the Superman
member.
guy.
Yeah.
Snow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah,
Jon
we did get
Snow.
Black Knight though, and we
And
also
Blade.
got and Blade and Thanos' brother, who I don't know how they're gonna
Star
bring
Fox.
him back
Star
into it.
Fox.
Star
Yeah.
Fox.
Another thing
Really?
that I hate about Eternals is the fact
He
that
has like another
Fox
name,
McCloud,
like Enos,
Star
I
Fox?
think.
yeah, that's
Okay.
his name, Star Fox.
I think it's
Okay.
Enos, but it's Star Fox is the name he was mostly known by.
it's based off of Greek mythology.
But he's like a
His
problematic
actual
character,
name is-
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which like they might honestly bring him in She-Hulk because I think in her like lawyer comic that they did in like the early mid 2000s, she represents him.
Oh man, you mean to tell me they're not doing the one where she just jump ropes?
That's not when she's a lawyer, though. That's her
Yeah,
actual
okay.
comic.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I mean, she's always a lawyer, but it's the one where it's not about her
I
lawyer.
mean, nothing can beat her twerking
Right.
to whatever
Was
her
it
name
Megan Thee
is.
Stallion in that episode?
Yeah.
Megan
Alright,
Thee Stallion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just,
they have-
If you could be anyone's pet, who would it be?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Single female lawyer.
The but yeah, Eternals, like it also like introduces the fact that like Thanos and like his whole tribe are robots. Like they're all robots. They're non-organic beings. They're robots. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing you could do. Is you could just say that the guy who almost like literally what all phase 1 through 3 has been built up to is just a fucking robot created by God, I forget what the race of the Galactus
A
people
robot farmer.
the Earth Eaters, the Planet
Yeah.
Eaters,
are. Galactus is, like,
Centennials or whatever.
yeah,
Sentinels.
Sentinel. No,
No, the Celestials.
you know that. Thank you.
You know the
You
answer.
know the answer. You're just sitting here
Hey,
staring at
Hey,
us.
he believed in us. We got there.
You know who Mads could play though?
Who?
Silver Surfer. You can see his face. You just
Yeah,
see Chrome
sure.
Boy.
I don't give a fuck about the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, but would you give a fuck about Silver Surfer if it was Mads Mikkelsen?
It would feel to me the exact same as him being wasted.
How do you?
Yeah, but James Spader's Ultron's the same thing, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean that was the perfect casting for Ultron.
The
and that
thing about
movie
Ultron, though,
sucked
is it
so
doesn't have
bad.
to be wasted.
Garbage.
Because
There
he's
was-
Ultron. You
yeah.
can just bring him back again.
The trailer set up that cool sequence in Ultron where it's like these strings won't hold me down.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that
the whole Pinocchio
sequence.
thing.
Dude, when I saw that in the trailer, I was like, yo,
Shivers.
this is gonna be awesome.
When they were doing like the coffee table scene where they were
Yeah.
like having fun, lifting up the hammer, and then it just comes out of nowhere, I was like, okay, this movie's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I'm like, I don't care about politics.
Right.
I just fight a robot. I don't give a
See,
shit.
they were trying to do the thing that like Black Panther eventually achieved, was make a villain that you actually like questioned. Like,
Black
are
Panther
they right?
1's
Yeah.
villain is probably
Yeah, like, Killmonger
honestly
did it
one of the
right.
best villains in all of MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Killmonger like made me like actually want him to win. Like I always state that like what makes a villain so good is that you relate with them, right?
Right.
Like as psychopathic as the Joker is in Marvel and the DC comics, there are moments in that thing where he does like messed up stuff and I'm just kind of like, you know
get it.
what? I get it. He's against the status quo. I'm kind of here for it. Like, like White Knight is a perfect example.
He kills a lot of people.
No, I'm just
some
saying.
people deserve it.
I'm just saying.
Not the people he kills.
Yeah,
though.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Except his henchmen. That's always just kind of funny. How
Yeah.
he just randomly kills his own
But-
henchmen.
If you break it down, like almost a lot of villains are like it's like
You used a bad example.
yeah.
Joker was a bad example.
He's the
Spider-Man has the best examples because all of his heroes have like or villains for the most part have like legit reasons why they're villains. Like you can get it. Like almost all of them,
Except
with the
the
exception of Norman
Lizard.
Osborn. Even Lizard, he's trying to save humanity and recover his arm. It's just kind of an accident
Yeah, he
that he
becomes
turns
a
himself
monster
into
by
lizard
accident.
brain.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the
Scorpion,
pterodactyl. Pterodactyl?
Vulture.
No.
The one that wants
There's-
the
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't care
you
about
can-
curing cancer. I just want to turn people into dinosaurs.
He's not-
dinosaurs.
his famous like meme scene is
Yeah.
with Spider-Man, but I believe he's an X-Men villain, not actually a Spider-Man.
Yeah, because he's
villain.
on whatever that
Sauron?
island.
Yeah,
is.
Sauron.
Sauron. Yeah, he's that prehistoric island.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's
he's a
Genosha.
part of he's a part of that like whole like era where like Xavier, like when they go back to there, it's like the prehistoric world. And he
Well, their
gets-
powers go away when they're
yeah, and his power.
Well,
Xavier,
that's like Magneto's safe haven. Like,
Yeah.
he like brings all of the mutants there. He's like, "Come here, you'll be safe from them normies out there."
right. I mean, that's also
I think
like
those are different places.
I thought those
Are
were
they different
Asteroid M.
places?
yeah, you're thinking you're thinking Genosha, right?
Yeah, is that not the
Genosha
dinosaur
is
land?
No,
No.
no.
There's a name for that. I can't actually.
Savage
bring it to
Lands.
Savage
Aha, I
Lands.
got it.
There you go.
So the Savage Lands is it's also where you find out that Xavier's like ability to walk is like fully mental.
My favorite, like,
he
Sorry, just the way that came out.
but that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
Fucking
his psychic
mental,
ability is
man.
why he can't walk. So when
yeah.
when he goes to the Savage Land, he loses his psychic powers. He's able to walk again.
I love how in the
it's
comics they
something
just
about-
made Xavier like the biggest piece of shit ever. Like that was his character development. Like he started off as like super smart and everything, and then they're like, "Nope, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You're the greatest piece of shit." To
So-
the point where even Cyclops was like, you're not even a part of the X-Men anymore. Like, get out of here.
But then Cyclops.
Cyclops
Cyclops is also a piece of
piece of shit.
But when a piece of shit calls someone else a piece of shit, that's when you know, like, you're a piece of shit.
I'd have to disagree, only because like Xavier, like for the most part, has honestly been the good guy. It's not until recently that he actually became a bad guy when they brought him back after the events of Axis of Evil, I think it was, when he dies. So like now, yeah, he's a piece of shit because he's no longer burdened by the body that he was given at birth. So he's able to like go out and like be. It also ties into like how Iron Man like was reincarnated, like brought himself back, but like he didn't bring his soul back, stuff like that. But Cyclops has been the biggest piece of shit in the mutant. Like he's the biggest. Like he's the one that turns like a dick. He becomes X, and he's just pure evil. He's just a
he like literally becomes a different person.
He's
like
an
X
bad guy.
Oh
Like,
shit!
Bad guy. Like
The last I heard from anything like Cyclops related was Phoenix Force took over him, and he was kind of a dick when that happened. But
that
He was like, I'm sad. I'm gonna go to space.
when he like I think that's the start. He gets the Phoenix Force during Eternals, not Eternals, Inhuman versus X-Men, and that's the start to X.
Isn't it
And
him
then-
and multiple people though? It's like
Him
a
and multiple.
Phoenix
It's a
Force?
split fragment of the Phoenix Force. So the Phoenix Force gets splintered. Like so, like Emma Frost is one of them.
Submariner.
Submariner's one, and he doesn't like. He just he takes it and he's just like, I'm all right.
Well, I already rule
I already
70% of
rule,
the universe,
yeah,
or the
so-
Earth, or something like that. Is his quote.
So he's the only one that's not really affected by it. But like him, at this time, Cyclops and Emma Frost are like kind of like in a thing together, and so they're just like feeding into each other's like psyche, and so they become like insane, and then eventually like they have to be stopped, and that leads to him leaving the X-Men at the before All New All Different during the Marvel Now era.
You've hit the mostly too
Yeah.
modern for me portion
Yeah.
of.
you know what would have been really cool if they did this with the X-Men movies, and I don't want to like belittle Logan at all because Logan was like
Incredible.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's Logan and like Days of Future Past. They're like right there. I think Logan might actually.
Still not watched Logan.
I might like.
I think Logan is better than Days of Future
yeah,
Past.
it's
like
amazing.
Days of Future Past is kind of forced, you know,
Yeah,
because like it's not even supposed to be Wolverine going back and
No.
doing it, but they're like everybody loves Hugh Jackman, so it's gonna be Wolverine.
I love that he's
I love the fact that
Let's
he's
give the
coming
guy
back.
reasons.
Yeah, but
Segue into that.
if that X-Men universe kept going and like actually picked up the traction it needed to, I think 196 would have been a cool way to like end that too, where Scarlet Witch is just like no more mutants and erases everyone's power except for like 196 mutants, and they all have to form like a commune at like the X Mansion just to like
Right.
stay safe, because then the government's like, oh, there's only a couple of you now, we can just wipe you off the face of the earth.
Right.
But like, I think that would have been a cool way to go with the movies if they didn't do the whole Logan apocalypse.
I mean, they started real strong with First Class. Like, honestly, First Class, my only complaint is that
They
killed
killed
off-
Darwin.
Darwin should not have died.
I like First
period.
Class.
It was great.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, like, Darwin can't die. Like,
Yeah.
that's his power. It's like, if it can kill me, I'll
Yeah.
adapt.
He's like, nah, too weak. And, like, Havoc is a great character. When done right and not, like...
Havoc's my favorite of that family.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
He's the
Easily.
best worst, Summers.
look at the other part. We just had a
Well, their
conversation.
dad's relevant too, and he's
Isn't their
shit.
dad,
Ah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Star-Lord?
Starjammers.
Starjammers. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I mean, Cyclops is garbage.
No,
I wonder if
Havoc's
we're ever
cool.
going to see a Starjammers versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be cool, but I mean, I doubt it because I know one thing about the new movie, but I won't talk about it yet.
About what new movie?
The new
Guardians of the
Guardians
Galaxy 3.
Well,
Like,
me
you
and,
see-
me
you
and
s- you
this
s-
guy know everything about the new
Yeah,
movie.
we've both seen it.
Well, like, it's obvious because, like, you know how it has to end because, like, I'm not gonna because this episode's gonna come out like it's not gonna come out in June, but then again I don't know. I'll wait. I won't
By the
say
time this episode comes out, it'll probably be on Disney Plus.
yeah,
and we can just cut this. So.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we know that what's his face doesn't exist in the universe anymore because he stopped wanting to reprise his role.
Drax.
The other one,
Cooper?
the main character,
Chris
That's
Pratt.
Peter Quill. Yeah, Chris Pratt's son with being Peter Quill.
No, he's not.
I thought you
No.
said he was done.
No, he expressly said he wasn't. The
I
only
think
ones who
people
said they,
want him to be done.
Yeah.
the only people that are
Really? Why?
The only
Are-
two people that said,
well,
I don't want to do this
I don't
anymore
want to go into that
are...
conversation because that's just all going to.
They just want him to play more Mario.
Yeah. No.
Chris Pratt
No.
was the worst part about the Mario movie.
And he's still not that bad, in my
No.
opinion. He's fine.
Like, everyone I thought was cast great except for him and Luigi. And
I
which
like
sucks 'cause
Luigi, but...
Charlie Day I love, but I don't think he did Luigi.
Okay, but real talk.
Real talk.
Charlie Day's in the MCU. Toad, right?
Right.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Great casting.
Why is Charlie Day?
Wait, are you saying that's happened or that
No, that
should
should
happen?
happen.
It should happen.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
Just-
Danny
I was-
DeVito.
Well, here's the fun thing. The character that played Toad in the Marvel movies was Darth Maul. Yeah. Think about that.
Wait,
I'm going to try not to.
Okay.
what?
The actor.
The
who
actor.
plays Toad also plays Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So wait, we're talking about the first X-Men movie.
Yeah, the first X-Men movie.
The guy who plays Toad
Yes.
No, I
is
think.
Darth Maul,
Yes.
Yes.
but
The actor who plays Toad is the
My brain
actor.
hurts.
No.
who plays-
Darth Maul plays
Darth
Toad.
Maul plays Toad, yes.
That hurts my brain.
That's why when he's fighting Storm in the Statue of Liberty, you hear dun 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 dun.
Say, wait a second. I don't remember that part. So
It's canon.
You are losing your
I
shit
lose
right
my mind, dude. That blows my mind. How do you go from Darth Maul, one of the cool, like, the biggest like flops like in the Star Wars universe, because like he was so as a 9-year-old when that movie came out, I was so excited for him, and then he was garbage.
He was the most underutilized character,
so
which is so great that they
underutilized.
brought him back for Clone Wars and Rebels. So, just between the three of us on the couch here, I'd like to note that we've been talking for probably an hour-ish, 45 minutes to an hour-ish, and the only Marvel movies we've touched on are Phase 4 just because we hated it so much. And so I think this is going to be a multi-episode thing.
It's definitely going to be multiple.
Somewhere between 2 and 7
like
episodes.
Yeah, I mean, you
Give
got
or
all the
take.
phases. You got all the television shows that I still need to watch. So, like, obviously, by
And we
next
can
time-
go before the phases.
Right.
Yeah.
We can
Which we
even-
already did touch on. So.
Right. I mean, there's old school Spider-Man. There's old school Captain
Yeah.
America. There's, what's his name? David Hasselhoff plays Nick Fury.
Yes, he does.
I mean, we have
Dolph Lundgren plays the Punisher.
Let's not forget about
Right?
Howard the Duck too. There
Howard
was a
the
Howard
Duck.
the Duck movie.
there was a whole Incredible Hulk TV show
Yeah, that I mean, Lou
with Eric
Ferrigno
Bana.
ran.
I think
that
Lou
it?
Ferrigno does
Lou
the
Ferrigno.
voice
Yeah.
of the modern Hulk too. Still,
Does
when
he?
he's doing Hulk shit, like not just talking, it's Lou Ferrigno, I believe.
Oh, I
I
hope
need
so.
to look that up.
It's
That-
true.
That is it true? That is awesome.
That's
so like in the
amazing.
Avengers,
Yeah,
that's
like when he's Hulk,
Like
it's Lou
hulking and
Ferrigno
screaming
still.
and stuff.
like all that. That's Lou Ferrigno.
Well, Macho Man.
Macho Man Lou Ferrigno.
How dare you? That guy saved us.
Yeah, could you imagine?
He,
If we got more
I can.
Bonesaw.
He did save us.
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw's always ready.
Bonesaw is ready.
That was the most captivating 3 minutes of my life.
I mean, like, there's a reason why No Way Home did so fantastic, and like, it's not just those two, but like, they definitely added a lot to the movie. Just having the fact that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield like reprised their roles.
Ooh, quick questions. Okay.
So we can talk about those movies.
Okay. Favorite Spider-Man? Go.
It's Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland for both of you.
Yeah.
Favorite Bruce Banner?
Would have to go with what's his name?
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. Yeah.
I'm torn.
As
honestly.
a nerd, like, I know you want to say Edward Norton.
No, I actually like Eric Bana
Eric Bana?
more than Edward Norton is. How do I put this? Too cool.
Too cool to be. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I can see that.
Too cool for school.
Oh, I had a third one. Who was my third one?
Punisher.
Yeah, favorite Punisher.
John
Oh,
Bernthal.
yeah.
Bernthal.
Bernthal
Yeah.
Fox.
I really like the first Punisher guy though.
He is great.
He's
The one with John
fantastic.
Travolta?
Yes.
And I
He's
mean,
fantastic.
what's it called? His like the one you showed me, Laundry Day,
Laundry Day was
is
amazing.
the inspiration for John Bernthal's Punisher.
Yeah, which I'm so mad at because like he created that because he's like, I want another chance to play the Punisher. Give me the chance because this is what I can bring to the table.
Didn't the guy in the Punisher actually get stabbed? Like one of the earlier earlier Punisher movies. Like
I don't know.
there was a
Dolph Lundgren's like the old Punisher, if that's what you mean. But I don't.
So
think he
it's
got
not
stabbed.
Dolph Lundgren. It's the villain. One of the guy. Someone like actually physically got stabbed. They used an actual knife, and the guy like actually got stabbed.
Wasn't that in Punisher Warzone?
I think so. It
Could have been.
I completely forgot they made a second
Yeah.
one.
He like actually got stabbed by like an actual knife. that
I've
they
actually
were
never
using.
The second one had that
Warzone.
guy from
Yeah.
Seinfeld in it.
And the
it was
dude-
brutal as fuck.
That dude played like they finished the scene out. The director had no idea that he actually physically got stabbed. He thought it was still a prop knife, and the actor, the Punisher who stabbed him, like he had to quickly like get back into character because he realized that he made a mistake. But like,
It was Thomas Jane. It was the first Punisher.
yeah, he had to like get back into character because like when he
So wait,
realized that,
Jane got stabbed.
Jane got stabbed. It was the scene where he's fighting the Russian,
yeah,
and he's just holding him up, and he stabs his
Dude,
hand.
that scene
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
amazing.
That
Where
whole
they're
movie was
fighting
just
in the
incredible.
apartment complex, and he takes off like the paper cutter and uses a machete.
The
So-
first movie it's honestly good. It's just like predictable.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like pretty
predictable
cut and
action.
paste superhero movie, but like
And
I liked it anyway.
I don't. I want to say this is right. So in the Barenthal Punisher, there was that his like friend that
Billy?
yeah, Billy. Was he the guy that was in the first Punisher movie where at the end of it he took the grenade and like put it in his hand and he was like, I need you to hold it outstretched like that until you can anymore?
I don't think
Like the
so
son
because
of
he's
John
like
Travolta.
Prince Caspian in like the Narnia series.
Okay.
So like he was pretty young, I think,
Yeah.
when the
Okay.
original Punisher came out.
Shit, now he's doing AT&T commercials. That's why I recognize him.
Yeah.
I've seen that commercial like 1,000 times
Like,
and I'm like, why do I
spoiler,
know this guy?
But that scene at the end of the first season of Punisher when he grinds his face across the broken glass
I need to rewatch that show.
is one of
Yeah.
like the best scenes in anything ever.
The-
It's
the-
hard to watch in the best way possible.
I hope they bring the Punisher back.
They have to. I mean,
I
come
thought it was
on.
confirmed.
I mean,
Brought
if they're
that
bringing
back.
Daredevil back, they have to bring back
I thought it
Barenthal.
was confirmed.
I don't think it's been
I don't
confirmed.
know.
think it's been
I know.
confirmed yet.
I think Jessica Jones is gone, and I think Iron Fist is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Cage, I want to
Luke
say
Cage
has a
should be back
chance.
because I like Luke Cage.
I could see Luke Cage.
I like
coming
Jessica
back.
Jones too.
Yeah.
I thought she was good at her
My dad
role.
loved
David
Jessica
Tennant was
Jones.
phenomenal.
David Tennant was great.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
Season 2 is not.
David Tennant. Not
The
That's
best.
the most like uncomfortable I've been with a villain though. Like it was just good acting.
I
to
mean,
the point
that's-
where it was just
That's how you.
bad.
Yeah.
That's him.
No,
Like,
he
that's-
did an
that's the
incredible
villain.
job at the role, but
Yeah.
man, it's a hard. Yeah,
They
it,
did
it's
dial it back a little bit.
I think like the way we've talked about it as a group is like it was an amazing one watch,
Yeah.
but I couldn't see myself sitting through that show a second
Yeah.
time.
No. Although I have watched Charlie Cox's Daredevil like 3 times through.
Season 1 or all of them.
All of it.
I hate season 3, but
Season 2 is fantastic.
Yeah.
Season 2 is amazing.
season 2 is great. I don't love the middle part all about Elektra,
Wow. Yeah.
but otherwise
Yeah.
it's really good. Season 3 just annoys me because like I'm so tired of like the heroes can't kill in
Yeah.
any situation, but like spoiler again, I mean it's old at this point if you're not caught up.
Right.
Sorry.
It's so old it's been canceled and brought back.
Yeah.
So-
but like that end sequence where like he basically tricks Bullseye into showing up there. Bullseye kills a shitload of regular people, but then he saves Kingpin from getting killed by him. So Daredevil's like, I'm against murder when it's really bad people, but when it's like the B guys who are probably just stuck here because Kingpin forced them into by threatening to murder their families,
Right.
those guys deserve to die. But the horrible piece of shit who did it,
Yeah.
the way I'm going to get out of this is by letting his wife off, who's evil,
Yeah.
so that he goes to prison temporarily with a threat of I might come back.
Which he did.
Yeah.
In Hawkeye.
Vincent
and-
D'Onofrio,
and-
Kingpin,
And a mentally
Amazing.
is top tier.
Amazing.
and a mentally damaged character in Bullseye, he used as a weapon, and then he gets handicapped because he doesn't stop Kingpin from paralyzing him by breaking his spine. I was like, come on, man.
and I am
But Daredevil's the good guy.
hearing rumors that Kingpin is going to be the next Spider-Man villain for Spider-Man
That
4.
would be dope.
I'd be fine with it.
I'm okay with
Spider-Man
that.
4, where like you get the team up of you finally get the team up of Daredevil and Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Also, it's a good setup to bring Bernthal in because nobody knows who Spider-Man is anymore.
Right.
So Bernthal, like Punisher's first appearance, is trying to kill Spider-Man.
I'm about it.
I mean,
So-
that would make sense. With
And
Kraven the Hunter
somehow
coming
they're
in, too.
they're tying Kraven the Hunter and all
Yeah.
this.
Which
But,
when does that come out?
That's the one with Aaron Taylor Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is interesting.
I don't
'cause,
think
like,
it has a release.
because
Date.
it's been getting filmed for years.
And
I
they've
feel
got
like.
like multiple of the cast named, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like Russell Crowe is in it too, right?
Isn't that
Yeah,
like
but-
Father Craven?
It's Father Craven.
Papa Kraven.
Papa
Papa
Gravy.
Gravy.
We have a lot to talk about when it comes to Marvel. All right, I mean, like, I actually read the comic books. Mutual friend actually reads the comic books.
I've seen most of the movies.
We've all watched the movies. We watched the television shows. We watched the Disney Plus shows as well, plus the Netflix ones. We didn't even touch on any of them. Was that
Earth's Mightiest Heroes was great.
Yeah. We also have like all the video games that we could talk about. We have all the
Card
animated
games.
series, card games on the motorcycles that we could talk about. You know,
Yeah.
Marvel is just something that like is near and dear to all of our hearts, and we could talk about it forever.
Shit, we even played HeroClix.
Dude, and versus systems.
We'll bring back our mutual friend at some point. And thank you for joining us. As always, I am your host, not Pat.
I am not Mike.
I am a mutual friend.
Have a good one, guys. If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to join us here every Thursday on YouTube and Spotify as we drop new episodes of that good shit.
And don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok for some solid filler content to get you through the week at Not Mike, Not Pat. You should be watching.